There's some I prepared earlier. Good afternoon, YouTubers. Well, I've been dealing with all the lemons. I've had loads of suggestions from people because they were just going mouldy and we were finishing up in the bin, so I've been doing what people suggested, and I've been squeezing them, pouring the juice into Chinese takeaway plastic things, and I've been putting them in the freezer. So I've got about 4 in there, 4 cartons in there, frozen, and they'll be frozen solid, so I can do stuff with them. People have been sending me recipes and things, but I don't want sugar, you see, because sugar's not good for people with cancer, and hopefully the cancer's gone, but it might not be, so I'm not risking it, and I'm not taking sugar. I've got honey in the tea, so I need to make something out of the lemon juice with honey, I suppose, or something. Anyway, sorry for making a mess in your kitchen, darling.
Yeah, I'm cleaning it up now.
She's a typical woman, she says. You see, why are you filming with a stain there and a dirty cup? You should have done the washing up first. And
I'll have to Photoshop it later, won't I?
Cut it all out. Anyway, what's new with you?
I've got restrictions on my latest video. I'm waiting for them to be lifted. Now, I'm not tolerating it. I'm going to probably bang it on X.
Yeah.
If they don't lift the restrictions in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to put it on X. It's all about Megan's Instagram, her new Instagram.
Oh, yeah?
Anyway, the year before last, you were making ash. You were putting ash in a bucket to make soap. Oh my God, the mess on the roof.
Wood ash, okay, you pour water on it, stir it all up, and then the charcoal floats to the top, so you can scoop that out, and then the water will turn into potassium hydroxide over about 3 days.
Now, I never saw any sign of any soap being made. Just
Well,
mess.
she forbade me, that's why.
It was up there for months, and it had rained and it had flooded.
She said I
and
wasn't
it had
allowed
gone
to go
everywhere.
anywhere near her kitchen with a pan trying to make soap out of animal fat and potassium nitrate.
And a few years before that, you said that it would be a really good idea to use real tea leaves instead of tea bags, and there was a lot of mess over that. Then I had to clean up. It's like you like medieval stuff, don't you? Like, you'd be churning your own butter.
There's a good idea.
Oh my God. Do you know if you get a whisk and you just use milk and you just whisk it just turns into butter?
Does it?
Yeah, I
Never
saw
tried.
someone do that on
I've
TikTok.
never tried.
TikTok's illegal in America now, apparently.
But it might be good because butter's really expensive in Spain at the moment. It's like £2.50 for a little block.
It's cheaper to buy the butter. It's cheaper to buy the soap. That's why we were born in this era.
Yes.
The advantage of technology.
Yes, but you see, you lose all these skills. And
You'll
you
be
think,
getting pigeons next and tying little messages to their legs and sending them off like the fella in The Gentleman.
but how do you know where the pigeon's going to go?
Because a pigeon knows where to go. Don't you dare get a single pigeon.
Send a message to my brother instead of WhatsApp.
Yeah, Ray Winston, he was in prison and he was sending messages by pigeon because he was in an open prison or something, wasn't he? And then they'd send them back to him with messages. It was really good, that.
I suppose it works, doesn't it?
Do you remember Jane? Just changing the subject. Do you remember Jane Seymour playing Frankenstein's Monsters Bride?
Yeah, I used to fancy Jane Seymour in the 70s when I was a teenager.
Do you remember the scene where he pulled her head off in a ballroom?
Yeah, she had all stitches around her neck, and she had like a choker all the way around to hide the stitches.
I can't get it out of my head after seeing Megan's Instagram.
Was she wearing a Frankenstein
No,
dress?
you'll have to watch my video to
Okay.
get. I'm going to get a cup of tea
It'll be on X
and check my
shortly.
restrictions.
What's on the news today? Anything?
Don't know. Oh, they're going to close the M25
Oh,
weekends.
yeah. Some bizarre message. Someone said they're going to close the M25. That's the ring road that goes all the way around London. And all the motorways hit the M25 at different angles. So if you wanted to not drive all the way through London, you hit the M25, go around and then carry on down. And that's a brilliant idea. But why they're going to close it at the weekend? That is a stupid idea by someone who's retarded. And I've got no idea who's made that decision. It's to encourage people to stay at home. But all it'll do is cause traffic pandemonium and chaos. And the other day I was making a video about drones. I saw this documentary about the Ukraine, and it dawned on me that if you had a clay pigeon shotgun, you know, an over and under shotgun with trap shot in it, you could probably pot those drones a lot easier than you could knock down a clay pigeon, for sure. And they'd be a bit more, I would consider them to be a lot more easy to hit, actually. So they need the army needs to have sporting shotguns as well as an AK-47, because you know, you're trying to shoot something like that with an AK-47. You try taking an AK-47 on a clay pigeon shooter, I guarantee you will hit nothing at all. You have to be super lucky, 100 to 1, not even that. I think it's less than that, the odds of hitting something. So there's no point in shooting at a drone with an AK, because you're going to have very limited success. Whereas a shotgun has a nice spread on it, and it will just blow the propellers off, won't it, and take it out before it gets anywhere near you. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the subject. Anyway, so what's happened? You put your video up on X?
I've put it on X. It's got restrictions.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
So it will eventually appear on YouTube, but everyone will have seen it on X by then.
Yeah. I don't care. What is up with YouTube? What is their problem when they're allowing a lot of those sugar type ones that saying the Princess of Wales is dead, the Princess of Wales is being beaten up
in
by
a coma.
Oh, for goodness sake, that's all allowed, is it? Oh, that's all allowed, is it, YouTube?
But the minute you say Meghan's got a channel on Instagram, oh no.
Oh, no.
Can't have that.
It's got to be checked. Have you noticed? I think everyone, all the viewers in the world are noticing now that it's one rule for the royal family and another rule for Meghan and Harry, isn't it? Meghan and Harry are allowed to do what they like. They can Photoshop the shit out of stuff, and nobody says a word, and news agencies don't say a word.
They're obviously tenacious in their complaints to people, aren't they? Some people just live on the internet, complain, and people just go, oh, for goodness sake.
I think they're poster boy and girl for anti-monarchists.
Yes.
Or enemy states that want to interfere with the UK.
It's not good, is it? Anyway, the gates are all blocked up. You know where we did the live at Christmas? What was just before Christmas, wasn't it? We did a live when what was that function? All the ambassadors were going in and out of the palace. We did a live outside Buckingham Palace. That gate right next to where we were stood, that's the gate that this ram raider crashed into, and they've got the gates all boarded up, and not a peep about that on the news, you know. Hardly worth a mention on legacy media.
They said the fella's been under mental health act or something. They always say that. They always say that. They never give any more detail than that.
They've been banging on and on about Kate's photoshopped their picture. Look, she's moved around.
There was a lady who drowned in the lake by Kensington Palace years ago, and we never heard another peep about it. That's a human being's life. I would think every human being is important. Why does that human being not deserve any, you know, what happened there, what went on there?
We just found out yesterday Gonzalo Lira. He's dead. He's a YouTuber.
So they say.
He's a YouTuber.
But this has happened before with Coach, where they've said he's dead, and then he's been released because he keeps getting locked up by Zelensky. He lives in Ukraine, and he's very critical of Zelensky. And he has done some worrying videos where he says he's kind of shaken, and he says, I can't talk about it because I've been warned off. But he's got a wiki page, and they are saying he has died.
They're saying on the wiki page he got locked up by the Zelensky regime for criticising the Zelensky regime, and he died in jail of pneumonia.
Yeah.
Which is drowning, isn't it? So I don't
yes.
know what went on there. That sounds very dodgy to me. I mean, only 5 minutes ago they were criticising Putin for locking someone up who died in jail.
Yeah.
You know, I think the suggestion was that they were murdered, but I mean, who knows? You never know what goes on behind.
One rule for one and another for another. There's no balance.
That's very worrying, though, that a YouTuber can get locked up and die in jail. Just for talking and making videos about stuff. I mean, it's a dodgy place to be, Ukraine anyway. I mean, I don't-
can't understand why he didn't leave the Ukraine, take the family out.
Well, he did. He did leave the Ukraine. That's why they arrested him, because it was against his bail conditions. He wasn't allowed to leave the country.
But
He
why
tried
didn't
to
he
leave the
stay
country,
out?
got locked up.
Why didn't he stay out of the Ukraine?
Why didn't he run the barrier? I'd have run the barrier, wouldn't you? Tried to.
So he didn't
Yeah,
leave.
well,
He didn't
Well,
successfully.
when he
leave.
got to the border, 'cause the last time I saw him, he'd made some videos saying he decided to leave the Ukraine on his motorbike, and he was going to the border, and they obviously arrested him at the border, threw him in jail, where he died.
Oh right.
But those border guards, you know, I mean, you can just, as if you're going to pull up, knock it down a few gears, and go wow, boom, into the next country. And all right, the guards might shoot at you, you might get arrested, but it's better than dying in jail, I suppose. Because they'd have to extradite him back to the Ukraine then, wouldn't they, from Hungary or wherever he was going, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's very
terrible.
disturbing that you can get locked up and die in jail in
They
some
didn't
countries.
mention any of that on Legacy Media, did they?
Why didn't they mention it on Legacy Media?
I don't know.
Oh, there's some kittens. Some kittens have got dirty, look, at the park. Oh, here's Molly. Molly's come and cleaned them. Look, isn't she good? Oh, she's cleaning all the mud off them. Look. You think that doesn't warrant airtime? I'm sorry. And then, oh, it's off to the football. Oh, who are Wrexham playing today? Oh, Wrexham's just bought a new player and a new ball. You think, how much more of this are we going to take in? You know, we want the news. Give me the news
Yeah.
from around the world. And they're obsessed with politics and what colour shoes and socks someone's wearing today.
Yeah.
From the Labour Party.
And then, and yet there are YouTubers allowed out there to say that Catherine, Princess of Wales, is dead.
We're in a coma.
I think that being dead is worse than being in the coma bit. And other really shocking rumours, which I'm not going to repeat.
I don't
about
believe
William.
for one moment the royal family would cover it up if she had died of something. They would have said. They would have
It's
said it straight away.
inconceivable. I don't take it
They
for a
might have
second.
delayed it for 24 hours max, but there's no way. No way. Whatever's wrong with her is none of anyone's business, and they should shut up.
I know.
That's my opinion.
But there's a lot of clicks in it. I've looked on these channels. There's loads and loads of clicks in it. I'm amazed at the fascination of it. Perhaps everybody just loves a conspiracy theory.
Well, that's it for today. Hopefully there'll be something coming along soon. But in the meantime, I'm going to be squeezing some lemons.
Yeah, we could do to cut it back, get some sun in the garden.
The problem is the lemons are getting so big that the branches are straining and coming down. That's why
Yeah.
it's getting lower and lower. So if we cut some of the weight off, the branches will bounce back up.
The bees are loving it with the flowers.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, good afternoon, and may your God go with you.